So I'm here with Rishi Persad, who's here on behalf of Racing UK today. Rishi, working with BBC, ITV, everyone as it seems. Good to see you here today. Talking about the action so far, or now that's finished at Kempton, some small runner fields to start the day, but the pick of the action probably from the Mayor's listed hurdle with Mia Storm.
A lot of people were negative about the size of the fields today, which you can understand. 2 runners in the opening race, 3 in the second, 4 in the Mayor's hurdle that you mentioned. But I think we've seen a good winner in the Mayor's hurdle. Mia Storm, obviously fencing didn't go her way when she went over. She won her first 2 races over fences, but then she fell in the Corto Star Novices Chase here. She looked good at Utoxa in the comeback over hurdles. I thought she was obviously lucky to win today, if you say run hang in the closing stages. So there's a little question mark about the strength of that form. But she's going to be put away and not seen till the spring, where hopefully better ground, even quicker ground than we had today, might suit her even better. So, but that's a race that I want to see how it pans out over time. The first 2 races, I know there were small fields, but I think we've seen some good horses in that. Crooks Peak was a little bit keen, but he's improving with every start over hurdles. He got beaten first time out, then he won an Exeter, and he won well today. Danny Kerwin is definitely a horse to follow. Paul Nicholls said before the race, he came on Race UK, and he said that the horse had an interrupted preparation. He's only had about 6 weeks of getting him ready to race, so there's plenty of improvement to come. And also, he's a big horse. He needs time and a bit of distance at ground as well. So I wouldn't give up on him, and I think both horses could be very nice. And I definitely think in the second race, the winner, Chesterfield, I think he'll win some very good races over fences. Connections are dreaming of the Arkle. I'm not quite sure that with the likes of Kalashnikov, etc., heading in that direction, that he's going to beat them. But I think he could be a very good handicap chaser over 2 miles. Maybe he'll turn into a graded performer, because he was a Scottish champion hurdle winner and a pretty smart horse. So he's exciting. And I love the look of the runner-up, Del Oro, going around the paddock. He's a beautiful horse, carries himself really nicely as well, got a lovely arch on his neck. And I thought that was a very good first effort over fences. So both horses, and in fact the first 2 horses in the first two races, I think all 4 could be useful for the season.
Excellent, a great day's racing here. The next big meeting here, obviously, is the King George meeting on Boxing Day, the 2-day meeting there. For the main race, the King George, the puzzle started to unravel the weekend with the Betfair Chase, the 5-runner race, a very classy field of 5, won of course by Bristol de Mai. Horses for courses, they say. A certain mud lover, but on ground that he didn't really like, he bolted up again.
Yeah, he was very impressive. He was very impressive. I remember his first win in the UK when he won at Chepstow. He won the juvenile hurdle at Chepstow. He was really impressive. He travelled and quickened away, loved the soft ground on that occasion. And I, like you, always thought soft ground is what he needs, but clearly not. And he moved through the race really nicely. And I know a lot of people put question mark over the size of fences, etc. And Mike Bite might have struggled and been, his confidence might have been knocked. But on the day, Bristol de Mai was pretty impressive. But I think even Nigel Swiston-Davies said after the race, maybe the others might not have been as fit and as ready for the run as Bristol de Mai. So he still has to prove it elsewhere. He has to prove that he's as good there as he is elsewhere. And I think perhaps if we saw a horse that I'm going to be keen on backing for the King George last Saturday, it may have come at Ascot, Politologue. I loved the way he moved through the race. He jumps nicely, touch wood, and I think even though he's going to be stepping up in trip to 3 miles, I don't think it'd be a problem. He was sticking on at the end of that race, and I think he was just idling. When the runner-up came to challenge, he found a bit more, and I would love to see him ridden really patiently, really cold in the King George, and just crept into the race and set a light going down to the last and see what happens. I think he's really exciting over 3 miles.